If you have one of these, there's a good chance that it's not getting maintained. What am I talking about? A trailer. All right, we've got the trailer moved in front of the shop, so I got access to the air hose and electric cords and grease guns and wrenches and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and start servicing this thing. In addition to servicing the bearings, and also we're going to put new bearings and brakes on this axle, we're going to put 4 brand new radial tires on here. I don't have anything against the bias ply tires that come on this trailer. Bias ply tires have a bad name. The reality of it is bias ply tires on trailers hold up really well if you do one thing. If you keep the air pressure up. They will not tolerate low air pressure. And because so many people only use their trailers like every now and then, like, you know, maybe 2, 3, 4 times a year, they never bother to check the air pressure because they said, you know, I checked the air pressure last time. Well, the last time might have been 6 months ago. So, having said that, the only reason I am changing these bias ply tires to radial tires is because radial tires do ride better and they do offer better braking traction. And the main reason I'm changing them out is because somebody slammed on their brakes in front of me and I had to just stand up on the brakes, and I have a really bad flat spot here almost to the metal of the tire. These wood chocks up under the tires so that when we jack it up on the other side, put the jack stands on there, the trailer's not moving and falling on us and hurting us. All right, now we're going to put our jack stands up under our axles. All right, I got this Craftsman electric impact wrench, I don't know, last year. You know what? This has become my go-to impact wrench. You know, I have to listen to the air compressor run. It never runs out of air. And it's strong. It is a little bit big and bulky, but I mean, it works good. Let me throw some hearing protection on. All right, I got 2 different spots that are flat here. I got one here, and I got some other spots that are a little bit flat. I can notice flat spots, but this is all the way down. There's no tread left. That pop right up. You can see the amount of grease that's inside this. This has a bearing buddy where you pop the little rubber cap off and you grease it. And I grease this pretty often, and you can see where the grease has pushed back out. I thought about leaving this bearing, or leaving this done and just greasing it again. But, you know, look, there is no playing this, but I want to check those brakes because this brake seems to be tighter than the other side. And so we're going to go ahead and pop this out, which is sometimes easier said than done. There we go. Big shout out to Hank Hamilton at Hamiltonville Farms. I went out to the mailbox the other day, and he had sent me a DeWalt adjustable wrench. This is probably the heaviest adjustable wrench that I have ever seen. It's just the machining of it's pretty daggum amazing. Definitely high quality stuff. But anyway, so we'll get this thing started here. See if we can get that to unscrew. At first, had a little burr on the thread there. It felt like still does. I'm using my crescent wrench backwards. Anybody knows anything about adjustable wrenches, you're supposed to go this way. I keep calling it a crescent wrench, but that's a name brand. It's actually just an adjustable wrench. Ah, there we go. It's got good grease. Yummy. My wife's giving me instructions.
I want to see.
She wants to see. She wants y'all to see. All right, these bearings look pretty good. I'm going to set these right here. Keep these out of the dirt. All right, these electric brakes look pretty good. This is just a standard electric trailer brake. A lot of people don't understand how these work, so I'll go ahead and kind of just give a little rundown. This is where the shoe right here runs backwards and forth on this drum, just like a conventional automotive drum. However, in an automotive scenario, they have hydraulic wheel cylinders that expand the brakes out left or right. Well, on an electric brake, you have this it's an electric magnet. You apply power and it creates a really strong magnet. And that magnet runs on this back of this drum and drags it. And as it pulls, it extends the brakes like this. So it gives you an understanding. So you not only have to look at the brakes themselves, the drums and the shoes, but you also have to look at the wear on your magnet and the back of your drum here. Make sure that they're good. So in here checking this out, the bearing race, the seal race looks really good. I think we're in good shape. Put this back on and just retighten it down. Step here is once we got the nut put on hand tight, what I do is I just take and rotate this around until I feel just a little pressure, and I might tighten it up just a little bit or a little less to a little bit too tight there. Just enough to get that Carter key through there. So I'm going to tighten this up here. Now I got it pretty tight. I'm going to back it off because I don't want to tighten it up anymore. I don't want to over tighten the bearings. I still got to be able to get this pin through. It's got to be tight enough to get the pin through. And then, but not so tight that it overheats the bearings. So what I'm going to do here is split this. Alright, now the bearing is a little loose. I mean the nut is a little loose. I can still move it, but the Carter pin will lock that in place. I got no wiggle back and forth, so that's bearing's pretty well set. Now what I'll do is go ahead and grease it and watch the grease come out, and we should be good to go on this wheel. Now these is a lot easier than the old way of packing them, and we'll have to do it on the back side because we're putting new bearings in, but these already have grease in them. Now this one we're going to take off because we're going to put brakes on here. All right, here's the kit that I got. It's a brake backing plate, brakes, a brake drum, everything all in one. So here's the brake backing plate. We'll have to install this first. And it comes with everything basically you need to install these. I got these off of Amazon. I'll give you a link to it. You can get them for pretty much anywhere. You can get them at your local farm stores. So this kit here should have the bolts or the nuts for the back, and also it should have the wheel bearings and a seal if I remember correctly. Yep. How about that? And it comes with one new bearing buddy and a new bearing buddy cover. Okay, well this kit does not come with the back nuts. It's got 5 new lug nuts for here, but it does not come with the nuts for here. This is the new brake backing plate, and it comes with these nuts on the back here. The bolts are 7/16 by 20, which are pretty kind of an oddball size. I had to go to Lowe's to find these, and all it does is it just sets all your axles are pre-set up for it. And I just go through and put my nuts on the back of it, and it's that simple, other than just wiring it up. I was talking about earlier, these brake backing plates or these brake shoes are not self-adjusting. Some brake shoes, as the brake shoe wears, they will adjust out and keep the tightness. These types of brakes do not do that, so you have to manually adjust these brakes from time to time. And basically how you do that is on the back side of the brake pad, or the brake backing plate, there is a little access hole. So how you're going to do this, let's pretend that this is on the axle like such. You're going to stick the screwdriver through, and you're going to come up in an upward angle until you find the tooth, and then you're going to pull down. They actually make a tool for this. Pretty rare nowadays. You don't see it anymore. So basically, you're going to pull down and rotate that, and as you rotate that, it causes these brake shoes to come out ever so slightly. So then there's less travel when the electric brake shoe kicks on. And that's the theory of mechanical / electric brakes. All right, this is probably not the best way to do it, but you know, there's nothing wrong with doing it this way. I packed many bearings like this inside a field environment or deployed. Just all you need to do is make sure you get a good amount of the grease in between the bearings as you kind of roll it through. And make sure you use a really good grease, string pressure grease for bearings. Now this is the sad thing, is I have an awesome bearing packer somewhere. Can't find it. So it doesn't really do me any good right now. All right, got a little seal installer here, and we'll see if we can set this thing in there. You can put one in without a seal installer. It's better if you have one. Still doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Just try to get it as level as you can on the first go around, because the first hit makes the big difference. Alright, it's nicely installed. First thing to do when you get that seal in, just take a little grease and run around the inside of that seal. Now we're going to pack the outer bearing and put the nut on it and drive on. Just get you a little grease. You don't need a lot of grease put on your hand. Just clean your grease off, put it back out on your finger, and just start working it. And you can see it push through. Just kind of hang on, just keep rotating it. And that's the old-fashioned way of...
That's how your granddaddy would have done it, huh?
That's exactly how my granddaddy would have done it. Alright, that bearing's in. Now we're going to put the nut on. Washer. Okay, here's the washer. Here's the nut. Now this will take a ton of grease because the cavity inside this hub is dry. So what I'm going to do now is just sit here and pump this dude full of grease until it starts coming out. Now I've got the grease come out here. I'm going to take my nut and tighten that, but don't tighten the nut down unless you're turning it, because you can actually damage the bearing race by just cranking this down, because you push the bearing in straight and it actually digs in at the edge. So if you're tightening this nut down, you always rotate it, so that helps the bearing to seat without gouging. Let's see. That's probably going to be about close right there. The last one I messed around in there and used the old Carter pin, and this one I'm going to use this one. I guess I got one too big. Let me go one downsize. That's when I got a new one because I got tired of fighting the other one, putting it in the hole. All right, now I'm going to pop that plug out just like we talked about before. So there's that little plug, and then I'm going to find that little screw. So I'm going to keep turning this until I feel a little bit of drag on it as I tighten that little screw up. These things are not perfectly round. You'll feel high spots, and that's okay. These are not precision brakes by any means. Getting a little tighter. If you get so tight that you can't move it by hand, you definitely need to back it off. Feel just a little bit of drag there. It's almost drag all the way around now, but it's still pretty easy to the hand. You don't want to get these too tight because then you'll burn your drums up, burn your brakes up. So probably gonna go one more. Feel pretty good about it. The thing we have to do is run wire from this brake to that brake. All right, we're running the wire from the front axle to the back axle, and this is not rocket science stuff. So basically what we're going to do is put this wire in, and I got these little quick easy connectors. Just pop one wire through, and then we're going to pop this wire in like such, and take a pair of pliers and crimp it, and it'll make connection. Put that little wire, the second wire up there, and we'll crimp it. Oops, missed. All right, that's that. Now what we're going to do here is I have these little metal wire hangers, and we're going to run them across this frame and run this wire from one side to the other.
Well, we're gonna put this.
Okay, this is the little wire hanger. So this is a little metal wire hanger.
Okay.
And it's got two metal teeth on it.
Okay, I see where I'm at. Okay.
And I don't know if this is going to work on this stick trailer or not, but we're going to try it. So there's one.
And we're both under the trailer.
How about that?
All right, pause.
All right, so we'll put this one in front of this axle. That'd be 3. All right, and I love that. What I'm going to do is over here, if you can follow me, I'm going to leave this so plenty of space. I don't want it to, when the axle goes up and down, it has to have plenty of room to flex.
Somebody pulling up?
I don't think so.
No.
All right, so there we go. And we're ready to wire the back brake up. All right, so we'll take one of these. I'm just gonna, these wires are exposed here, so I'm just gonna snip them off. Not necessary, but I don't want them rubbing. And I'll take one, put this way. Okay, split this right here. I'll take this one on back. I'm gonna keep them in together where one side doesn't come out from the other, so they'll be protected. All right. This wire that I'm using is nothing more than the wire that you use for your like boat trailer lights and stuff like that. The amperage that's going through here is very low. We have the truck hooked up to the trailer now, and we're going to hit the brakes. My lovely assistant's going to hit the brakes. See, I'm trying to hold this as free as I can. All right, hit it. All right, they locked up. Release. And we'll walk around our cameras and everything else. All right, this one's free. Hit it. And you can hear that one's electric magnet's a lot louder. Release. And it goes freely. All right, I got these tires. You believe it or not, I ordered these tires from Amazon, which I guess is nothing special nowadays. You can get anything from Amazon. They are a trailer tire. They're radial, and they have a maximum load rate of, let's see, 1,820 pounds per tire, which is perfect for a 7,000 pound gross vehicle weight trailer. So let's go ahead and put it on. Take this time to thank you for watching our channel. We really appreciate that. If you would, hit that thumbs up for us. The thumbs up lets the Google algorithm know that our videos are interesting, so please hit that thumbs up. Also hit the subscribe and the little bell icon. That'll let you know when something new comes out. God bless and have a great day.